All right, everybody, welcome to the first episode. This is the pilot, if you will, of Success Stories with Shane. And this will be something that we do regularly every month on Thursdays around this time at noon. So we'll be hopping on live here. And then, of course, you guys can always catch the recording in the Facebook group and on the YouTube, Dental Nachos YouTube channel as well. This is something that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to be putting a lot of work into because I think that we can really, my expertise in the dental industry is on the marketing side, and we work with dozens of dental practices and handling the marketing and growing their practices. But then, of course, there are experts out there, in the Dental Nachos groups, in the dental community that we're connected with, that may be experts on the operations side or the clinical side or whatever the case may be. And the whole point of Success Stories with Shane is to bring that insight to this community and provide a resource for everyone that you can come to and access at any time and really learn about things that you want to learn about, the audience. And so this is going to be very audience driven. So we're going to ask for you to make any suggestions on any successful people that you want to hear from here in the group, or what's working today in marketing, whatever the case is. We're really going to dive deep into those subjects and provide some valuable content for everybody for absolutely free through this video segment. So I'm really excited about that. Before we get into kind of specifics on some of the things that we will be covering, I want to start by just kind of introducing myself. Many of you I know in the group, and me, and we've probably interacted or even worked together before. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Shane Simmons, and I'm the founder of Crimson Media, which is a dental marketing company where we focus specifically on online marketing for dental practices, running ads on Google, Facebook, Instagram, building funnels, doing search engine optimization, websites, video production, really sharing and telling the story of the dental practice. And that kind of leads me to my background, and this is one of the reasons I'm so excited to do this segment. Before I got into the marketing world, and specifically dentistry, I was a TV journalist. And so I worked for ABC News for different affiliates across the country. And really, during that time, found a passion for interviewing others, sharing those stories, and broadcasting that out to an audience. And what I found was in dentistry, we need more of that, not only amongst ourselves, and so we can learn from our peers and people who are doing things that we aspire to do, but also for our patients. Like, we need to be able to share our story in our dental practice and be able to broadcast that out and build rapport and build connections, because that is the number one thing that's really stayed consistent in human nature as we have evolved and progressed over the years. Is we still love stories. From the caveman ages to today, stories sell, stories drive decision making. And so we're going to talk a lot about that in this group, and how you can do that within your dental practice, or whether you're in dental school and you want to start building your story at that time, so when you go into private practice. So that's one of the things we'll touch on a lot in this. And again, this is going to air starting out. We're going to do once a month on Thursdays. So the first Thursday of every month is what we'll plan on doing around noon. And diving into more specifics on kind of like topics we'll cover outside of the story driven marketing, and really sharing that with your audience and others, is, as a marketing company CEO, I'm going to be sharing some of the things that are working today. What is working in dental marketing? What can you do to start driving patients into your practice? That's going to be one of the things we'll cover. I'll go into websites and things that you should do on your website and have on the site that makes it smooth and easily able for patients to contact you and convert, and those type of things. So I'll be showing actual examples of that, screen sharing, showing some different tactics and things that you can do to improve your website, your online presence, how you can record content and do photographs in the office, and how to use that content to really build up a name and a reputation in your community. So we'll go into specifics on that as well throughout the show. We're going to also talk about, seasoned dentists in this space and the greats, the ones that we look up to. What do they do that really leads to a successful practice? Operationally, hiring the right people, getting the treatment planning, treatment acceptance, all of those types of things. I'm going to bring on different experts, people which know that those type of things, and really kind of peel back the layers and find out from start to finish, how do you present an awesome treatment plan for a patient? How do you present that to them? Does the doctor present that to the patient, or should the financial coordinator? We're going to really dive into some of those deep topics as well to give you guys an understanding of what people do that really leads to high case acceptance and really building a sustainable, long-term, successful dental practice. And then kind of the final piece of this, aside from the marketing and interviewing the experts and those type of things, I'm going to really try to emphasize talking to different startups and see what are the ups and downs of a startup dental practice. What are people doing that they're noticing great results with, from hiring to their marketing, et cetera. And what are the things that startups are struggling with today? Is it getting their messaging out? Is it reaching a bigger audience? What is it that you need to expect if you plan on buying a practice or doing a startup? So we're going to talk about that as well. And so that's something that I'm really excited about, because it's not, even though it's success stories with Shane, part of being successful is having some failures along the way. And we'll certainly address those failures that certain practices have dealt with and how they overcame them to become successful. So that will be something that I'm pretty excited about presenting with everybody and talking with those who are just crushing it in dentistry. One of the things I want to cover is what you're going to get out of tuning in. Because listen, you have to invest your time if you're going to watch this, and your time is valuable. So we're going to make sure that you're getting actionable content that you can put to work in your own life, in your dental practice right away. So you're going to have actionable steps, whether it's building out a Facebook, ad branding campaign. We're going to give you actionable steps on how to build that out, the pieces of content you need to get, how you need to present that, what you need to do to put that into motion and make that a reality. So that's going to be something right away that we'll be diving into in some of the first episodes here. We're also, going to give you actionable steps when we do these interviews with some of these industry, success stories and experts. We're going to break it down and say, A, B, and C, what are things that people need to be doing right now to put whatever the topic is that we're discussing in motion in their practice. We don't want to just become stagnant, learn everything we can, but never putting it to motion. We have to put things into motion to get action and get returns on those actions. So we'll have our industry experts that come onto the show also break that down. And so that way you can have some digestible bullet points on things you can get started with in your practice right away. And then we're also going to really emphasize kind of like different ads that are working in dentistry today. If you're in the online marketing game, which is what we specialize in, what are some of the ads that are working? I'll peel back the layers and show you what makes certain ads work over others. What's kind of call to action should you have in your dental practice? What are some of the internal marketing things that you can be doing to grow or to get more treatment out of existing patients in your practice that may have been putting treatment off, and those type of things? We're really going to show you how to get the low-hanging fruit there, both internally and then externally in the marketplace. So that way you can start to grow that practice, not only externally, but internally as well. And then most importantly, we're going to answer your questions. And so one of the things that I really want you to do is in the comments down below, if you have any sort of particular people that you want to see interviewed on these success stories with Shane. If you have a specific person, tag them below and put a hashtag success stories next to their name. And we'll reach out to that person and try to get them on here. So let us know, who you want to hear from. What topics do you want to hear about? Is it something specific around, marketing your practice? Is something worked for you, well in the past that's not working for you now? Do you have specific questions about those? Drop those in the comments below. Leave us a question so we can peel that out and really give you a good researched answer. And we'll cover that in our next episode. And then also, down below, just any sort of topics that you want us to touch on. I know, hiring is always one of the big topics there. So if you have questions about hiring personnel, what questions should you be asking? What should your job description look like for, a front desk person or for a dental assistant? Whatever the case is, drop that question down below in the comments with hashtag success stories, and we will find a person or people to be able to answer those questions for you and really map out a strong game plan that you can use in all facets of your dental practice to be sure that you are set up for success. Because, by the way, it's called Success Stories for a reason. We want to hear from those who are killing it, so that way we can provide that valuable content here to the community. So again, leave your comments down below. Let us know what you want to hear about, who you want to hear from. Really excited for this. This is going to be a long, fun journey that we're going to be able to travel down together, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to learn about some new things and hopefully be able to put some things in practice for you that you can start to build that dental practice of your dreams. And as Dr. Paul Goodman would say, have a dentist cry less is kind of the goal. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, kind of this first intro episode of Success Stories with Shane. Again, this is just kind of the intro here, just giving you an overview of what we'll be doing. And we look forward to providing an awesome show and an awesome resource for everyone who will be tuning in over the next several months. So again, comment down below any topics you want to hear about, people you want to hear from, any questions that you have, and we'll get to those and we'll make sure that we get those on the next Success Stories with Shane. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we look forward to going on this journey with you all.